Potentially could be a Cetrion versus a Spawn or Collector now, as we saw, definitely looking really strong on that Collector. But also looking at this, we of course have Cetrion, and I'm actually kind of wondering. Yeah, I figured the Scarlet would be the pick here for Fierce, at least to start off.
All right, so they are more likely ready. I don't know if there was a button check or anything going on. Sorry, my head was buried in the bracket trying to see what's going on. Also, Butter Punch and Ghost, the winner of that, plays Arn Kratos for top 8. So I want to make sure I put some respect on that as well. So let's get it. Scarlet, this is just a character that Fierce just can't get away from. Again, it's one of those things where matchups be damned, right? Not only do characters matchups exist, but players do too, right? Even if X loses to Y, how good are you against that? Are you aware? Do you have the ins and outs, the little itty bitties about the matchup knowledge? I'm not entirely sure. So this is something that Fierce is very good at. He's a flawless block connoisseur. You know what I'm saying? When Fierce is like compliments to some of his flawless blocks are just disgustingly unnecessary, and that's how you know they swag. And anybody who has swag in their gameplay is automatically like 10 steps up.
Why threaten an elder god, Scarlet?
I wonder how your blood tastes.
You will taste only bitter defeat.
Hey, Scarlet, man, if you want to taste my blood, this is lit. You know, come and cut me. I'm with it. So, Scarlet, bit of a change. You know, she was known as this rushdown monster in her introduction in MK9 and, you know, repurposed into this, like, mid-screen, full-screen hybrid thing. And, yeah, Fierce has just found fun. And he could have punished, but waited because the ground pound was on the other side of the screen.
Okay,
That's what
okay.
happened. Yeah,
That's
no,
what I
the game is
thought.
working as intended that time.
Okay, okay. All right, but Fierce using the Blood Tongue definitely keeping Syzoth in check. Syzoth not even able to use Hell's Wrath to try to get a full screen advantage. Using the Blood Tentacle off of the back 2 whiff. That was actually a very slow button and risky.
I'm just saying, Fierce was looking exceptionally clean in that first round, going all through the move list, sweep. Gonna block that, that's cool. Teleports in. So that is something that Scarlet does have access to. You know, Cetrion can't throw a boulder, that's gonna result in a teleport punish, and again, wildly unnecessary. Unfortunately for Scarlet, it doesn't reach. But he'd rather spend all his resources on flawless blocks and deal with the consequences after, trusting in solid defense.
That at least does give a already indication to Syzoth that Fierce is very much aware of the flawless block off of the strings, and to definitely think twice before actually going for that string. So there could be some hesitancy, or Syzoth can switch it up and be really confident in the next game plan for the next player.
Also, Fierce is not alone. Big teleports to get this offense started. Fierce got caught trying to throw out a blood ball, and that teleport from Syzoth was the catalyst to starting this whole offense, and Fierce hasn't been able to play since. However, close game, and again, right on cue. I finished talking about the blood ball, and Fierce throws another one, giving the round away.
Yeah, that was definitely very much unneeded risk. I understand that you're trying to get that blood ball to get the stagger, but when you're such at low health, and again, that's a full screen fadeable.
Tracks. It ain't easy being the GOAT. You know, Cetrion's just out here. So, whipped out 2 from Fierce. Gotta get a little bit more, but again, 13% isn't too much of a downgrade from the damage Cetrion would get anyway, so haven't lost too much. There you go, Blood Ball, teleport in on reaction every single time Syzoth is looking for Blood Ball specifically. 4-4, that is a lot of plus frames, and if you get greedy on Scarlet, you will get scooped.
Yep. And again, the blood check into the Blood Tentacle has been really, really helpful.
Excuse me? Nah, buddy. That is the most privileged Elder God shit I've seen in forever. All right, but as a fighting game player in the match, right, you got to get over it quick. It happened, bounce back. Got close this time, looking for a flawless block. Instead, plus frames, doesn't have active fatal blow, but Fierce does. Punish, and you are dead. Scoop, no amount of breakaway, no amount of interactable, no amount of health is going to save you from this. This does so much damage. Open wide.
I was a little scared, not gonna lie, that Cetrion was gonna probably do like a down 1 to check Scarlet, because Fierce was also doing teleports left and right and in the corner at some point. But I also understand why not going full screen and trying to just get out of the corner, because again, you're facing against Cetrion. That's who's taking really good advantage at the full screen. Here goes Hell's Wrath for the punish.
Yeah, playing in a good ring, and again, Fierce, just all these flawless blocks. It may not seem like much, but it's very underrated how less chip he's taking from a character who just thrives on the concept of chip damage.
Once again, Tornado trying to gain the spacing needed to reset this neutral. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, I see what Fierce is doing here. Trying to gain that heavy damaging.
Oh, that was so sick, but the 1-1 is going to conform whatever side it went to.
Oh,
Didn't get the full juggle. Looking for a mix-up here, -1. Gets a clean jump in Fatal Pull. Yeah, I love it. I love it. Fierce proving that he doesn't need to rely on said mechanic. Using it in round 1, and look at the damage. Jesus.
That's so much damage. Not enough to kill, but again, this is Scarlet.
No, gonna survive the throw. It is now one-touch territory, and characters who have galore.
Oh!
No punish, but he didn't have defensive meters, so it was a guaranteed kill in that situation. And Syzoth had the awareness to go for the amp to get the plus frames, so any follow-up that he could have stolen, maybe sneak it down 1 in there, would be enough to chip Fierce out.
Fierce trying to use the Blood Tentacle to check the Hell's Wrath.
That
and
was so
also
godlike.
trying to jump that Hell's Wrath as well, but still getting the trade in.
Yeah, so the setup there is that Fierce is looking to block the first ground pound and then short hop the second one, but Syzoth cancels it and does the hell route to
Right there.
punish the short hop. It's so good. The layers are coming. There's the overhead. Not going to do it twice because that's super risky. He's not one of the better KBs in the game. But empty jump low trying to mess up the flawless block timing, and yeah, Fierce is gaming right now. Nice teleport. Syzoth with a teleport, and Syzoth is gaming right now. Beautiful whiff punish, still back in it. Fierce is gonna need a few more hits. Doesn't have Fatal Blow to get a huge chunk of damage at any given time, but the staggers are on point.
Oh wow, and the up 2 from Setrion whiffing and able to actually launch, unable to launch rather.
Oh, beautiful punish, nice tech. But yeah, Setrion's up 2, sucks. Puff, Setrion.
Nice down 1 check off of the teleport with Fierce taking the second round.
What a beautiful comeback. So much poise, so much smart decision making, and again, that's what separates, you know, the higher tier from below. Because the game is super accessible, right? Everybody can do all the combos and the things that these two players are doing. But what makes Fierce different is his inability to put himself at risk, especially in a low life situation. That was a huge life lead, and his discipline was so high that he was able to make the comeback what seemed like ease.
Fierce trying to keep Syzoth in check with those Hell's Wrath, whipping once again on that move. All right, does able to open up Syzoth, get some health back.
A little shimmy, y'all right there.
Oh,
little
my
delay forward, caught him trying to tech something that wasn't there. Checking him with the tentacle, just a little lick. Oh, gets the launcher.
And the
gets
armor break. And there you go. And Fierce actually ending with the second blood explosion. And this is Fatal Blow territory right now for Syzoth. Oh, and the throw, trying to get this full screen battle once more. Tries to teleport, but the down 1 check helping Fierce here. And very much close to trying to keep, oh, that interactable still hitting.
Gotta be safe because Setrion still has access to Fatal Pull, so he can't throw anything big out. I don't know if he could have connected into the vine right there, but who cares about what it could have been? 20 seconds on the clock, about even health, and the teleport for Fierce, too far. Oh! He went for the unreal, throwing at the end of a health bar. We hold north, not pressure, and Fierce is in the driver's seat once again.
That was very, very scary, especially with the timer just like going down, and then all of a sudden with that teleport able to just keep it in check. Oh my goodness, and then the whiffed attempt on that throw too. Oh my goodness.
He did a dash up throw, like that's crazy. This is MK11. You know damn well nobody was gonna die to a throw in that sequence. Somebody was mashing something or jumping something, and we've seen that finish way too many times.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, it looks like you're just going to the fighter select Syzoth trying to get a breath. Definitely understandable. That has been 2 frustrating games for sure, especially towards the end with that scramble.
You love to see it. Chilling, not panicked, got his music, he's jamming. We'll see how it goes. Do you force a decisive game 5, or does your path end here?
You don't want it to end here. Again, that goal is that top 8 to make it and play tomorrow. All right, Syzoth starting off with the Hell's Wrath. Still, that Blood Tentacle has just been keeping in check, but there goes that low, and that does a lot of damage. That's like 18% essentially. And again, with Setrion such a low health, don't want to get hit by that. Nice up two.
Yep, gets the call out, but doesn't complete the combo. Gets the
Oh.
down two whip, and Syzoth is now swinging for the fences. One thing about Scarlet, and that starter right there, that's stand two. She lowers her head, and her hurt box goes down a little bit. So you can beat buttons out, perfectly spaced. No natural barrier here, just blood. Fierce wants to taste it, and he is one win away from the play-in game against Yadriel Elpong.
Probably expected a flawless block there from the forward two and canceled into the parry.
Oh, excuse me, against K-Mac, forgive me. Go ahead.
No problem. And then here we go with this full screen battle that we know and love from Cetrion, trying to use the ground pound and advance in. That down one check off the stand one from Cetrion. And Fierce trying to, again, like you said, trying to short hop that ground pound, but instead getting caught by the Hell's Wrath. And goes for the tentacle. Tries to teleport out. Does get no punish off of that, but the overhead still landing. And Syzoth getting the grab through. Back dashing and canceling into the Hell's Wrath. And here you see the tornado. Going for the stand one, down four check.
Yeah, just keep it safe, right? Pile up that block damage. It's all good. One at a time. You're going to build some bar. Ooh, watch your legs. Amplify that. It's going to be 18% for a solo special move. That is insane.
Don't think Syzoth had the meter for the second ground
You're dead.
pound.
Fatal
And there
blow.
you go. Yep.
And that is curtains. Fierce going to move on into the 9th place game. I love that. When she does a cut, like I don't like when the mask is on because I can't see that face. She makes Scarlet. Yes, Lord. 3-0 for Fierce. Really impressive. And Fierce versus K-Mac should be explosive.
That's going to be a very exciting match. Again, Fierce doing a really good job with that Scarlet play. You would never really think to see Scarlet versus Cetrion at this stage of the game, especially Scarlet.
That's the beauty of the tournaments, right? That's why we play the game. You don't know what's going to happen coming in. Somebody's just going to get washed, and you're going to get a mixture of characters that just, wait a minute. And as we get closer to the top 8, oh, is he going to keep playing? Oh, no, I saw an MCG joint. Oh.
Actually, speaking of the MCG, that's our